Hi everyone, welcome class. My name is Valohna Wynn. I'm the art director for Safe House of the Desert. I want to welcome you to class today and I want to have you get settled very quickly. We have lots to go over, and so I'd like to take a moment to go over like 4 really key things before we get started on our projects today. And I just appreciate the fact that you are here and that you're at Safe House, and I want to welcome you to Skills Lab. So here's the first order of business, everybody. I'm going to be using the Google Classroom app in order to grade all of your papers, communicate with you. You'll be able to communicate with me on this platform. We're going to be doing all the events and all of the updates and all of the things that you will need to know about this class is all going to be encompassed on the Google Classroom. You can reach me on this particular app, and the idea is that I really want a dialogue with you. So you will be creating, an email account and a password. Now this is your own private experience with me. Your parents will not necessarily have access to your platform unless you give them the password, and that's up to you guys as to how you want to handle that. But just know that Google Classroom will have to be downloaded into your phones or into your tablets so that you can access the platform to know what our assignments are, what is the homework, what is the inspiration tip, and also to be able to communicate with me via email or live stream. So office hours for me are an hour after class or an hour before class. Now, if that means that you want to reach out to me on this app within that time, I will be on the platform and I will be available. So that's a little bit about, really quickly, how we're going to address the grading and how you're going to be able to know what type of grade you're going to get in this class. We will spend an inordinate amount of time looking at that program and getting that downloaded. But I just want to give you a real quick idea of how this classroom runs before we step into then kind of the formalities of downloading the Google Classroom app into your phones. The next thing I want to talk to you about, and what's really, really important, is the management of our space. Everything that we get here in shelter is donated, and so everything is vital to keep the program going. So that means that every bit of paint, every paintbrush, every paper plate, every canvas that we receive, every jewelry piece, every jewelry wire or beads or stones that we get have been donated, or we've had to earn grants for in order to have the materials. So it's really important that we maintain our space. The Skills Lab classroom is kind of like a neutral zone at the shelter. And so everything that I do in here is about empowering you. And so that starts with you understanding where you are in the world within the classroom. Now what that means is this is our world that we're creating together. And it's a world full of respect, it's a world full of safety, and it's a world full of fun. So what the management and housekeeping of our inventory is going to look like is that we're going to be setting you up every Monday with an art bin that doesn't necessarily have your name on it, but it'll be an art bin that are put out every Monday that has all of the tools and all the materials you need in order to succeed in the projects for that week. This is going to be your bin for the week. These are your materials, so you're going to be putting your name on it. There's a slip of paper inside, and you'll be putting your name on it, and that is your bin. So Monday you get a fresh bin. By Friday, you're going to be looking at the inventory list, and you're going to be checking in all of the tools and all of the stuff that you were given. But also, too, there's 2 lines on the back side of this form that if the tools are broken, if they're dull, if they're not cutting, for goodness sakes, tick those boxes so that I know, because the last thing I want is for you to work with materials that are less than, because not only are you going to make magnificent art, you're going to make it with tools that matter and that work properly. So the management of that is super, super important. There's a big thing that we have to do within this classroom, and that's being preventative. And preventative means There's only a couple real big rules in my classroom. One is replace your bins and inventory your merchandise. And the last is, for goodness sakes, don't get paint on the carpet. But if you do, you need to attend to it right away. Maintaining all of our tools is super, super important. For example, if we left a heat press plugged in at 200 degrees over the weekend, it's entirely possible it would catch fire. So it's going to take all of us to make sure that we are unplugged. If it's a heating device, it's unplugged. If it's extension cords, they are unplugged. If we have all of our spray paints where we've been doing a graffiti project, all of the spray paint goes in the lockdown cabinet. We have to do that because the fire marshal. But we also have to do it because that's where the products go. So it's very, very important that we'll have rules, and you will learn this as we spend time together. And everything has a place. And within that, what that does is that creates organization. It makes it so much easier for us to do the art that we want to do and do it in a really quick manner and have as much time for art as possible. The last thing I want to talk to you about is how we're going to engage together. In the back of the classroom, there is a poster board, and then this poster board is a space, and there's paper next to it for you to be able to write inspiration, your wish list, what you think we need to do to make the class better, what you think you want to do in the future. At the end of the week, on Friday, we're going to take all those papers off that board and we're going to look at it as a collective, and you're going to help me co-create the next week's program. Our program is a 21-day program, so that gives us 4 to 6 sessions before you're out of program. By the 6th session, I would hope that you have done something that you were really inspired by. But the only way you're going to get to that is by putting it on the board so I know. Lastly, if you have a project that you would like to do when we have assignments for other projects, I want you to come to me and ask me about your options. I'll always look at options for you. The idea is that you're creating art, you're expressing, and you're releasing emotion through art. So if you have an idea of what you'd like to do and it's not quite on track with what the project is during the week, I can take a look at it and we can have a discussion. If you want to reach me, you can reach me on Google Classroom, and we'll have a dialogue that's between us. And again, this platform is going to be really great because not only will you know where you stand at any given time, you're going to know what we're doing and how we're going to be doing it. And you'll be able to receive inspiration from me, and you can also share with me what's working for you, what's hard. And at the end of the day, the most important thing is that you get a grade that you really like. And that grade is earned by you because you took the time to do the work, to communicate, and participate in class. So welcome to Skills Lab. Everyone, I know you can see that you have art bins in the back. I think it's time to get started, and we'll get underway. Thanks for listening.